AITA for pretending to not understand Japanese and making a kid cry?
Throwaway for context, I 20F am an English teacher in Japan. I love my job and I absolutely love teaching kids. I've never made a kid cry until today. I have a student, let's call him Sam, who's 12. He's the class clown who absolutely loves attention and will do anything to get his classmates to notice him. Now, I have experience with plenty of goofy kids and I adore them. I let them joke around all the time unless they disturb other students the way Sam does. Sam is super disruptive and makes other students uncomfortable, to say the least. I tried telling my boss and co-workers about this, but they basically told me I'm on my own. Not even a call to his parents was made. Recently, I rearranged the seating so that Sam sat far away from the other boys, as he does not do the same to the girls. This worked for a couple of weeks. He spent most of the class complaining in a mumbled voice, but he didn't touch anyone.
But I guess he got bored of complaining because today, he spent most of class hurling insults at me in Japanese. The class is mostly second English learning Japanese kids, and since I'm hired as a foreign teacher, I am strictly forbidden from speaking to the kids in Japanese. Anyways, when Sam starts calling me disgusting, a stupid old lady, etc., I admit I got a little upset because I know for a fact he would not speak the same way to the Japanese staff, and I knew telling him to stop would only make him want to do it more because I have tried multiple times in the past. So instead, in a loud voice I said, "What did you say? Chimoi disgusting? What does that mean? Cute? You think I'm cute? Thank you." The other kids laughed a little and Sam got angry, but he kept trying to insult me throughout the class. I kept doing the same thing, pretending to think his insults were compliments. In the end, he got so frustrated he burst into tears.
At the end of class, my co-workers saw that he was crying and I explained what happened. I got chastised for making a student cry. AITA?
NTA. Sam got so frustrated by his lengthy failure at bullying you that he cried. You were just a wall he was throwing things at, and nothing stuck. He was upset that he tried to hurt you and failed. You getting in trouble is like punishing the person who got hit when the bully has bad form and breaks their hand throwing a punch.
NTA. By not acknowledging the insults, you took control of the situation. Had you chastised him for his rudeness, or said anything back, he would have felt smug and satisfied for having got you. His reaction, crying, was frustration over not being able to land his insults as he intended. At 12 years old, and as a Japanese child as well, he knows better. There are naughty, disruptive students in every school, and the way to combat them is to take the wind out of their sails, as you did, and then bring them along with you. Make him your classroom helper, or give him some other task that makes him feel important or useful, and then praise him for work well done.
If he chooses to clown around or not take the task seriously, then you take the task away and give it to another student, and praise them. He will soon realize that in order to get your attention, he must follow your lead. It's difficult when the higher-ups want support or assist you, particularly in this instance, however you can do this.
NTA. You weren't mean. You turned his rudeness into a light-hearted joke. It's not like you called him names back or anything like that. He only cried due to failing to look cool with his insults not landing. Not from anything you did or said to him.
AITA. Making a child cry is based, and I try to do it daily.
NTA. I thought Japanese people were hell-bent on discipline and politeness? Sam is a child, so I won't call him an a-hole, but the school management should at least try to contact his parents about his behavior. The other kids laughed a little and Sam got angry, but he kept trying to insult me throughout the class. I kept doing the same thing, pretending to think his insults were compliments. In the end, he got so frustrated he burst into tears. Bravo! Brilliant way to handle a bully. The school left you to figure it out. And you did. NTA.
NTA. He is old enough to know when you joke around it might backfire. But your boss and coworkers are.
NTA. He needed to be taken down a peg or two, honestly. NTA. Whatever is going on with this kid is outside of your power to fix it. Best you can do for him is not encourage him by playing into his toxic coping mechanisms. NTA. They left you on your own. You handled it. Being negative or loud is not always the way to handle a disruptive child. Kudos on you for an inventive way to discipline. Do your coworkers approve of Sam's rude, disrespectful behavior toward a teacher? You shut down a bully. Yes. And frustrated him to tears. But perhaps a better response, unless you are expected not to understand Japanese as well as not speak it to the students, would have been to reply to Sam as if he had spoken in English. Your behavior is appallingly rude not only to me but also to your classmates. Is this the way your parents have raised you? Would they be pleased to learn that you are calling your teacher disgusting, etc.? Do you think your parents or your classmates' parents would be pleased to learn that you're rude? Disruptive behavior is interrupting our class time and interfering with their opportunity to learn English? Quote, NTA at all. I think you handled it perfectly. I sometimes deal with unwanted behaviors in my classroom in a similar way. I've got a pupil at the moment who has just learned to give the middle finger. It's an additional needs school, so more behavior is to be expected. If I see it I just go, was that a thumbs up? Lovely. And do a thumbs up. She started showing a thumb about 30% as often as the finger now. Note that I only went with this strategy because my usual, planned ignoring, wasn't working lol. Did your colleagues tell you how you should have responded to the behavior when they were telling you off? NTA. I think you handled things well. Doesn't sound like the staff will be supportive though. So be prepared. Wow, you're very young for this role. Everyone I know who did so after college. I'm surprised they hired a 20-year-old. If this is real then NTA, but instead of trolling him next time maybe send him to the principal or make him stand outside the classroom when he becomes disruptive. It's really unlike the Japanese schools my classmates and I had to deal with, so they might just not take a 20-year-old foreign teacher seriously. How can you be the You did nothing wrong. You handled the unruly kid perfectly. NTA.
NTA karma came for Sam.
Justified light NTA. I'm bilingual and one thing I hate is people insulting or gossiping to other people's face in a language they don't understand. 12 years old is old enough to know what's rude and what's not. I think your reaction to that behavior is entirely fair. Frankly. NTA and a little funny. My go-to at one point was to ask the kids if they love their mom and dad. When they say yes, then ask them, why are you wasting your parents' money then? Quote. I'd say, not the greatest way to handle that. But NTA. I'd ask yourself how you think you could handle it better next time. It sounds like this kid may have behavioral issues that are going unaddressed. Maybe you should ask other teachers for advice on how to handle something like this. I taught English in Japan and lived with a family that coincidentally ran an English juku in the evening. I helped out at times on a casual basis, not getting paid. One kid, 13 or so, was a loudmouth and disruptive a lot of the time. I can't remember what he did on one particular day, but his behavior was over the line. I told him to stay when the rest of the class left. I told him his behavior was unacceptable and not fair to the other students who wanted to learn, etc., etc. To my surprise, he started to cry. So I asked if he understood what I asked of him and whether he'd change his behavior. He said he would and I let him go. The next day, his mom shows up, and I thought, yoo-hoo. But it turns out she brought me a cake and thanked me for taking him down a peg. Lol. And he was much better after that. They just don't want this kid's parents to complain. Just usumimasen gomen nasai and deep bow and it's gone. I'm pretty sure in lots of areas you are still allowed to hit them, so woman shrugging. God, I hate the no Japanese rule. It makes it really hard to explain more complicated ideas.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.